just got notification that my mortgage is going up for 2025.
I finally thought I was ahead in life because I only owe like $1,400 on my car and I should be able to pay that off with my tax refund. But
my mortgage payment went from $1,600 to $3,500.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Welcome back.
So today we're talking about mortgages. And I did not know mortgages can go up and down. I thought they just kind of were a set price.
Yeah, because some of them are fixed rate, but then some of them are variable. But I hear that it's way better to just get the fixed rate because you don't want the interest like changing on you and stuff like that.
Which I think is stupid, because if I'm going to go into like the legit life-changing amount of debt here, that if I don't pay back, my whole life is flipped upside down, I don't think it should move.
I gotta look up what is the benefit of like it being variable, because I guess the only thing I can think of is like it changes with the interest rates in the current market, but like if it goes up, you will be paying that interest rate. But if it goes down, you'll be paying a lower interest rate. But usually they go up.
Yeah, it's legit. Like record earlier, like what was it, last year when the election was over?
Yeah.
The Treasury, whatever, financial group, whatever, that runs in the government said, yeah, we're dropping down the mortgage rates by this much. And like, this is record breaking. It's basically the same number still.
Exactly. Like I've read people on the internet that bought like back in 1990 with a 2% interest rate and they're still paying that rate rather than the current 7% if it's still that, but they dropped. So I don't know. It might still be around 7. And
from 2 to 7, like these both sound like, to someone who doesn't know nothing about mortgage, they sound normal. But these are like record breaking, this will destroy your life level of interest rate. I'm like, huh?
It is like, you just never know these things until you look it up, because I never realized that 7% was so bad. Any other time, like on a credit card or student loan, 7% would have been great. Well, actually student loans, I don't know. But I know credit cards are sometimes like 14+%, 25. And it's like, I don't know how they change from different things and they mean different things for different products, I guess. I don't know, maybe.
Well, I guess since it's the 7% in a like 100,000 is a lot more than 7% in
that's true
100. So
yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But it's crazy. But let's get into it.
I cannot believe how much my mortgage is about to go up by. So we've been on a fixed interest rate of 1.29%. I've just had a letter come through because we are due to end this fixed term in April. We currently pay £521.40 a month, and it is going to be more than double. £1,211.03. That is a £689 increase per month. I'm actually shocked and worried. Like, who has got an extra £680 a month to spend on your mortgage in a house that you're already in? You have no other choice.
That's a crazy jump in the mortgage rate. Oh my god.
That's a lot. That's a lot for a lot of people. Like, it's almost $1,000. And some of these people's mortgages are going up like $1,000 plus.
Is it average for a mortgage rate to be that low to begin with?
I don't know.
Is this a European thing?
Maybe. I guess it depends on where you live and then like other stuff. I don't know. But
Hey,
that's crazy.
Hey, they still got free healthcare.
Like, I didn't know that when I was building a home that I was just gonna have to pay taxes off the land, and then when the home is actually built, then you gotta pay taxes on the actual home and the land, which increased my mortgage by $3,000. I didn't know that. So now my mortgage is increased by $3,000 from what I'm currently paying. You know, and plus you still got all these other expenses and stuff like that. I don't knock buying a home. I think the goal should always still buy a home, but you should be prepared to know what's to come. Like I say, if they would have told me like, hey, your tax is going to be based off of this number instead of this number in a year, no, that wouldn't have changed my decision. I still would have moved forward. But if they would have told me that, I would have been prepared and not, you know, look in the mail and be like, bro, who this for? You feel me? Who is this for? I know y'all ain't trying to increase my mortgage. And then the thing like that is like, you know, It's aggravating because it's like, bro, you think I'm just about to allow you to bully me? I feel like I'm like y'all trying to bully me. Like, you think you're just about to just get 3,000 extra out of me and no say so. But come to find out, this is how this junk is. So I wish I would have just known a little bit more. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't have changed my decision at all to build a home at all. I'm still thankful, thank the Most High that He, blessed me and my family to be able to do so. I'm not complaining anything like that. I'm very thankful, but I just wish I would have more prepared to that. But at the end of the day, it really don't matter because guess what? The house gonna be paid off. Like I say, I would never be victim of a situation. I'll always be a victor of anything. So they can try to increase whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter because guess what? The house about to be paid off anyways. So it really don't matter. But for the people that don't know, if you buy a home, make sure that you got all that information in place, the taxes, all that stuff, what the house gonna be. Make sure you know all that stuff going into it so you can be prepared. And not be shocked when you look in the mail and be like, who the fuck? And then also the escrow, you got to know what's going on with the escrow, because if your escrow is short, now you got to pay this shortage thing that increase your mortgage as well. So if you could pay extra inside your escrow, make sure you could pay extra. Make sure you do so. If you just paying what's, what the mortgage company got you set up with, 9 times out of 10, when that, when your taxes and stuff go up, that escrow gonna go up and it's gonna cause a shortage. So be prepared for that. Just get educated all the way around with the buying experience. Just be educated, so you can be prepared when you buy your home, purchase your home, build your home, whatever the case is. So pay attention to the taxes, the escrows. If you're in the HOA community, whatever the case is, just be prepared, But that's not stopping us from buying and purchasing and building, nothing like that. Still build and buy and purchase. Let's go.
What's an escrow?
So it's like that thing where the mortgage company will pay the property taxes on your behalf. So like you pay them a certain amount for all of that, and then they put into an escrow account, and then they take it and then pay it for you.
Oh,
apparently.
Okay. All enough.
Yeah, but for real, it's always like you couldn't possibly know everything that goes on with all of this stuff. So that's why sometimes you gotta consult professionals rather than just the internet, because you can't look up what you don't even know about in the first place sometimes.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things you definitely want to be prepared for.
And that's how they make money in the first place, off of your unintelligence.
Exactly. But as the property taxes go up, that's going to increase the mortgage too.
Was this thinking stupid?
Yeah, it sucks. Yay, property taxes.
Woo!
Hey, you want to know why your mortgage payment keeps on going up every year? If you're like me or most Americans with a home mortgage, you most likely have a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, but every year you get a notice that your payment's going up. How is that a fixed rate? Well, that's the government you can thank for that. Your taxes are going up, and I guess your insurance too, that plays into it. But it's your escrow account that is the variable, and that's what makes up the difference. But you see, it goes deeper than that to make sure that you are compliant. After the 2008 financial crisis, the Dodd-Frank Act required home mortgages to escrow payments for taxes and insurance so that when properties did go through foreclosure, it was never given back to the municipality. The home loan was always the superior loan and could foreclose and get their money first because they knew that taxes and insurance were paid. Inadvertently, what that does is it gives a little bit of a blindness to homeowners because they're not physically cutting a check for the taxes each year, so they can't really see how much those school districts are raising the taxes each and every year, even though it's a 1% or 2%. 1% or 2% over 10 years is 10%. So, that's a lot. And you otherwise would want to be more of an advocate for yourself to make sure that those taxes aren't going up all the time if they weren't escrowed into your payment. Maybe just some food for thought.
The government. The government.
It's always the government, man.
They don't care to if any politician tells you that they're like, yeah, they'll do something for you, but they're over here for the rich people more than anything else.
For real. And I forgot about the insurance too, because that goes up, and especially they'll reassess your house, and if like anything is wrong with it or whatever, they think that you're more of a risk or your property value goes up, maybe they'll raise the rates then too. And especially probably if you had a claim in the previous year or whatever. But you definitely never not want to have insurance on the house, because if something happens, you could literally lose everything, and that's a lot of money to lose. And if you don't have a loan on it, you're not required to have it, but you really pretty much are if you don't want to lose everything.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy. So even when it's paid off, you probably will still end up paying like mortgage prices per month, especially you also have to save for any type of maintenance or repairs that need to be taking place in the house, or renovations too. It's a lot.
It sucks.
Grimes, how the hell did my payment go up $1,000? That's the first call I received this morning from an old client of mine. Sometime last year, she bought a new build property, and she went with the builder's lender for the incentives, right? Understandable. But what it looks like is that the builder's lender, shame on him or her, decided to go with the unimproved land tax, which is a lot less than what the actual tax quote was going to be with the actual structure being on the land. So this causes a shortage in the client's escrow account with the mortgage company. Mortgage company is paying the tax and the insurance. So they say, okay, well, this is what it's going to be. So we're having to cover it for you. So now we're going to increase your payment in order to make up the difference. That sucks. But it's nothing you can do about it. So here's what you can do. One, you can go ahead and have your homeowner's insurance reviewed and shop it around a little bit to see if you can get a lower homeowner's insurance policy, especially here in Texas right now. A lot of people's homeowner's insurance is doubling currently. And so if you can see if you can get that a little bit lower, that'll help out with that shortage that you have in your escrow account. And then you also would you want to go ahead and make sure you file for your homestead exemption in the state of Texas, or anywhere else, but especially in Texas, because you will save a nice little chunk of change on that homeowner's insurance. On that property tax. The good news is it probably won't be $1,000 that she's going to be increasing her payment by. Bad news is the payment's still going to increase because you're having to account for the property tax that wasn't paid and wasn't quoted to you. So if you're buying a new build property and you're going with the new build lender or any lender, if they're trying to give you $300 property tax per month on a $600,000-$700,000 house, use your common sense. That's not real. It may feel good in the short period, but in the long term, it's going to piss you off when you get that letter from your mortgage company. Okay? You don't get any grace for ignorance. You got to think about it.
Yeah, you can't avoid it. It sucks.
This is the worst.
For real. And they kind of try to bank on you not knowing things too.
Yeah.
It's how it's always going to be.
Forever. I'm surprised we haven't done no French Revolution type mess, because they keep taxing us so much we can't even live.
For real. And then I forgot about all the increases with like the storms and stuff, like in Florida and Texas. Like they're raising the rates crazy high. So, and they're dropping people. So.
And also, wasn't Texas and Florida supposed to be like the cheap places?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
But the insurance company sees like, oh, storms are coming and you will actually need us now. Nope.
Dang, that's real. We need them now. And they're like, oh, we don't want to work.
That's how it works.
That's ridiculous.
Should be illegal.
It should be illegal.
That's insane.
It could be illegal if people cared.
Yeah, could be.
So I'm starting my day. I just got some crazy news. My mortgage just went from $4,500 to $6,050, and it'll be effective March the 1st. I have never considered a bank, but I got this black hat and this black mask because, at this point, like, what the fuck do you expect? I'm trying to keep my kids in decent schools. I'm trying to, I mean, what the fuck do you expect?
What in the world? That's a lot. That's crazy.
Nah, that's because that is. I forgot that's how it also works. It's not just the home; it's the area.
Yeah. And this is the Woodlands. Where is that? Because I'm wondering if she lives in like a place that's crazy weather or something. Because
Well, I'm about to look it up. We can continue though.
like maybe the insurance company is going up crazy high. Like I don't know how much they can raise their premiums, but I hope it's capped. But that's a lot. I would not pay all of that.
That's ridiculous.
For real. And the thing about it is if you move to a cheaper area, that's the whole thing about keeping kids in the good school. You don't want to live somewhere in a bad area because that's where most of the cheap stuff is.
The Woodlands is Texas.
Oh yeah. It might be because of storms. And I wonder when she got this notice because she said she just got it. But it's like February 21st and it goes into effect March 1st. When was the notice? Because you cannot just be saying like, oh yeah, in like a few days your mortgage is going up almost $2,000. Like what?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the price. I'm not trying to uphold the video, so you can keep moving if you want to.
Yeah, but that's insane.
The old property value is $400,000.
Oh. Ooh. That's a lot.
Median rent is $1,600.
My thing is, if it's a good place and we've got room for all of us, I'm not going to be going above a certain number. And if it's not meeting all the needs or wants or whatever, it's good enough. I'm taking it because that's a lot.
I'm gonna tell you this: I want my kids to go to a good school. I don't want my kids to learn how to read and write.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be private, but the thing is, there are some ghetto schools out there. I went to one before, and you definitely don't want your kids in a bad place.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll take a bare minimum, not ghetto.
Yeah.
I'll take my elementary school. I didn't learn anything there except for how to read and write, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
If it comes to it, I'll homeschool them because this is getting crazy.
No.
Our mortgage payment is going up almost $200 between tax.
I've been talking to a lot of people saying that you shouldn't be renting, you should have a mortgage because your mortgage is going to stay the same and it's going to be less than if you rent and blah, blah, blah. That's not necessarily true with property taxes and homeowners insurance and who knows what else. Your mortgage will go up, your rent's going to go up. Living in the States in this day and age is just plain expensive. We have caused other states that used to be inexpensive to be expensive. Houses are just expensive. Just live where you want to live because ultimately it's going to be expensive and go up no matter what, guaranteed. So I recommend you just live your life.
The American dream is over and the government killed it. Every single one, no matter what side they were on, they killed it. They all killed it.
It sucks because this is what I was saying before. You got the property taxes. You're always going to be paying that. And the insurance, we should always be paying too. Then the maintenance, you have to set aside at least like $200 a month to save up for that because things are going to break and you definitely want to be prepared and not want to have to take out debt for every single thing. And things are expensive.
Yep.
It's insane. So it's well over like $1,000. It's well over like what the rent in your area is a lot of times.
Funny thing enough too is like the rent is still technically cheaper, but they're raising that rent up crazy. They want all of us to be homeless. It makes no sense.
I think they do because like especially like you don't want people telling you what to do to convince you to like buy or rent. You have to look and see what is best for you at this point because people will say that the mortgage doesn't go up, but it does. It's just that the loan doesn't, but the interest rates are always sometimes high. But even then, when the loan is paid off, you have the other stuff that's going up. And even when you have the mortgage, the stuff that's affecting the mortgage, like the insurance and property taxes are going up. So it's like it is going up in a way.
Can I get like conspiracy theory political for a second here? It's nothing too crazy. It's just saying this. They're making homelessness is a crime at this point.
Yeah.
And they're making all of us homeless. And jails and prisons make money off of prisoners.
For real. A lot of people just don't know what to do anymore because it's too crazy out here. Everything is expensive. Everything is going to go up. The best thing to do is just try not to take on debt and invest what you can so you can make money and then buy everything in cash.
For real.
All right, so I keep seeing videos about people mortgages going up, and I was curious to figure out why, because nobody really explains why theirs went up. But typically, if you don't have enough money in escrow and your property tax increase, that's what's going to make your mortgage go up. And I know it's other reasons, but that's like the most typical one. So every time you get your property reassessed, like the value of your property, the property taxes will go up or down based off of the market. So if it increases, the property tax increases based off of your reassessment, then you'll more than likely have an increase in your payment. Now, if you're on like a fixed rate, they can't really increase it, I believe. But yeah, I think that's the reason why.
So the escrow, see, okay, that sucks because escrow was that was put in 2008, right?
I think.
It was Bush.
So wait, does that mean if it's fixed rate, they can't increase the insurance and the property taxes?
I don't even know at this point. That's the second part. I don't even know at this point.
Because hold on, now I'm confused because it sounded like she was saying that, but I don't know. But then this person is saying that it does still go up. I don't. It's really hard to understand things about houses. They're making things too confusing. I don't know.
I feel like a lot of this was like a hard fix for the recession not to happen in 2008.
Yeah.
Since that's when the factor started, but it still happened and it didn't fix nothing. These see, we need. I'm gonna be real. I'm sorry for getting political all the time, but we need the government to actually start getting people who are like economists to make the economy stuff. Get doctors to do the doctor laws. Just get people who are actually qualified, not just some random dude from down the street who did law once.
Exactly, because I feel like a lot of times they make these things confusing on purpose too, because they want you to be ignorant.
Yep.
And like not know things. So yeah, they want you to stay uneducated. Don't do it. Do all the research you can and learn as much about it as you can, because it's ridiculous. And plus, you have to pay for a bunch of maintenance too, and those prices now are crazy because your family is always getting quoted like $15,000 just for like a tree.
Yeah, but this is insane because that thing will fall down at one point, and sooner or later, and there's going to be an insurance issue.
Exactly. Sometimes you don't have a choice because sometimes it's either let the whatever it is, like a tree, fall down on your house and end up paying like all of that, which is going to be in at least 5 figures,
yeah.
or like pay $15,000 to cut it down, and it's ridiculous.
And bro, I am not climbing up that tree to do it myself. That tree is legit like 20 feet, bro.
For real.
I'm not doing that.
And you will end up damaging something in the process. You got to pay for the neighbor's damage that you caused, and it's too much. But they're going to keep raising the prices on maintenance. So
because it's crazy because we actually had our trees cut down before. Because we used to have 3 trees back there. We had all the other ones cut down. We had trees in front too. We had those cut down as well. What they're going to do, they're going to come in. They're going to cut the branches off first, drop those down, and they'll have someone climb up the tree and cut the tree from the top down to the bottom. That's the only way you can do it safely in that area.
That's a lot. That's actually, I wish that I knew how to do all of these things, because you could save a lot of money by just doing things yourself, but it all comes with risk.
No, it literally might be cheaper just to rent the hardware to do it, actually.
Probably. I don't know how we would do it. We're not professionals.
I'm not taking my black self up that tree.
But that's why I say, even when the mortgage is paid off, you will still most likely be paying well over the current rent price in your area. And it's insane because they're just going to keep raising stuff where they can. They don't want you to be like payment free on anything.
For real.
Sucks.
Just got notification that my mortgage is going up for 2025. I knew that this was going to be happening, but I had been dreading the day that it does happen. And when my husband walked in tonight with a huge stack of mail, I just knew that this was sitting in there. Basically, last year, our homeowners insurance non-renewed us. Travelers, hate you. They non-renewed us. They said that we needed a new roof. They were using satellite photos to look at our roof. Nothing wrong with our roof, according to the home inspector that inspected our home, that we had come out and re-inspect our roof. Or the 3 roofing contractors that we called to get their professional opinion. Travelers Insurance basically said, nah, shove it. You need a new roof and we're dropping you as customers. Unfortunately, that when they do that, it puts a bad rap on your name or whatever, like you're in probation almost. So we only have one singular homeowners insurance company right now that is willing to insure us, and it was to the tune of about $2,000 more than what we were paying, which is heartbreaking. But on a positive, we're allowed to have a trampoline without any additional cost incurred, which I guess is a win-win, right? And then our taxes went up in October. Coincidentally, just a few months after the community struck down a multi-million-dollar budget increase to the taxes. Community struck it down for a number of reasons, but primarily because every year for the past 4 years, taxes have increased in the town that I live in. I do live in New Hampshire. We are one of the highest tax states out there, though I'm sure someone's going to tell me that their taxes are higher. We don't have income tax or sales tax, so that has to be recuperated through the tax of properties. And no, our governor will not legalize certain plants and tax those as a way to help make up the difference. Instead, it gets brought down to people like myself and my husband. Fortunately, myself and my husband are employed. We're not on a fixed income. Unfortunately, a lot of people in my community and other communities are on fixed incomes, and they cannot afford these consistent tax increases. So this is pricing people out of their homes, but that's okay. We have developers coming in from other states to build affordable housing. But the affordability is going to be affordable by Boston and New York City standards. So it's going to cost you $3,600 for a 1-bedroom apartment. Can you tell? Can you tell that I am passionate about this topic? Back to the escrow. The escrow increased by $860.77 over the course of the year. So monthly, that's only about a $70 increase. It's not terrible. I don't love it, but we can make adjustments to make that work in our budget. So it starts in February. Wish me luck. Just got.
And truly, people always oh man, I hate these taxes. I hate sales tax. I hate income tax. I hate state tax.
For real.
It's actually saving you from a world of hurt.
At this point, because everything comes with a cost. So
yeah, because if we didn't have that, property would be taxed crazy.
That's why it's so expensive.
For real.
No, that's crazy though. They will raise costs wherever they can.
For real.
So don't ever think you're free from it.
And that also makes me realize, because down here in Virginia, we're trying to, especially in the resort city that we live in, they're trying to build a duplex where they can do surfing inside of a mall thingy, trying to get own little Mall of America or whatever going on there. That's going to raise the prices around this entire city really bad.
And it's most of us don't even want to do that. So it's yay, we got to pay for it though.
So you legit have things to do and have high taxes, or have nothing to do and have lower taxes at this point.
See, this is why I'm about to just live off the grid, because I don't need anything to do. I'm fine with just having a house. Crazy.
I finally thought I was ahead in life because I only owe $1,400 on my car, and I should be able to pay that off with my tax refund. But today I got my new mortgage escrow rebalancing thing, whatever it's called, and my mortgage payment went up $152 a month. $152. I finally thought I was ahead in life because
it won't pause. She's lucky. I've seen from many other people, they're going to have to start doing crime to afford these mortgage rates.
Exactly, because that seems bad to a lot of people, but in comparison to what we just saw, that's actually the best one.
The person whose stuff went up by $2,000, $3,000. Here's a funny thing too, is especially in the black community, you always hear people saying, I'm going to Texas. I'm going to Texas. I'm going to black community Texas. They pay less rent. They pay less this, that. Not anymore.
Yeah, and some of the areas are not that good. Some of the houses aren't that good. So you have to just look into it before you make a move for anything.
For real. And it's getting ridiculous now.
For real. And it's just, It's insane. There's no reason for all of this. It's just gonna keep happening though.
And it won't stop.
It won't. It never will.
Funny thing too is, once again, I know this is very apparently very political to say, but rich people being taxed probably would help out way more if they got taxed more. You'll still be rich at the end of the day, no matter how much you get taxed.
For real, because they're making it impossible for anyone out here on an average income to live anymore. And this is why people are going homeless now. Like, they can't afford anything anymore.
And the funny thing is too, I know a lot of states are raising minimum wage and stuff, which is good, but some are still not doing it. And I get people don't want a federal minimum wage raise, but we can't live off of the average minimum wage no more. It's too late.
Yeah.
And people are always worried about the income being raised, everything price being raised. It's always being raised to begin with,
and it's just gonna keep rising. And
our federal minimum wage is still the same, so it obviously doesn't matter. Obviously, people saying if we'll change things worse is lying, because it's already getting worse.
Exactly. They make it hard to get out of debt. They make it hard to save for anything, but that's exactly what they want. They don't want you to be financially free or financially independent.
They'd rather tell you to have a second job to live paycheck by, instead of actually helping out make sure your first paycheck could be enough to let you live.
Exactly. And the ones that are going up $2,000 a month and given short notice, where am I supposed to find $2,000 extra now? Get another job, but there's only so many jobs that you can get. And it's you can't work 5 jobs in a day. It's too much.
There's not okay, so I saw a chart. I'm not trying to yap. I saw a chart which said it had every nation hours to work to get out poverty. We are almost, not want to say dead last, because they weren't counting every nation, but we in the big ones that people care about and stuff like that, I guess, like Japan, Europe, all that. The big ones were kind of last at 80 hours. We need 80 hours of straight work to get out poverty.
That's only possible if it's an easy job, because ain't no way you can work physically exert yourself or your mind for that long.
You can't do that in even an easy job. 80 hours, that will cause you to hallucinate. No sleep, exactly. Straight work, you would die. You would die.
Only a job where you can lay down and sleep for a little bit of the shift and still get paid.
That will cause you to go mentally insane.
Exactly.
Or kill you, one or two.
And we're already going mentally insane from just the little hours that some people have, because the jobs are just stressful. And the people.
You want to know the best one was, too? It's the nation that has people dying from overwork all the time, Japan, with only 14 hours.
Oh.
Ain't that crazy? We're doing worse than them.
That is not good. Something has to change.
Something really has to change.
Contact your senators.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't think it counts for anything extra, but this is the thought of,
yeah,
the theory.
Yeah, it's good to think about sometimes.
It really is. Insane. Well, that's all I gotta say for real.
Well, I hope your mortgages aren't increasing, but if they are or aren't, or you have some type of experience in this, comment below.
And good luck to you. God bless. That's all I gotta say.
Really. But thank you for watching the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, and please get us to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, guys. Have a good night. You'll get through this. Goodbye.
Bye.